Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Games Workshop for Saturday the 23rd of October. Can you believe it? We've only got 2 more weekends left of October before we're in the run-up to Christmas. I'd like to say a warm welcome to all of you new subscribers over the past week and a huge thank you to all of the new members, Patreons, and every single one of you that purchases your hobby goodness from Element Games. You can do that by using the link below. It'll save you up to 25% off of your Warhammers. And if you use the Element Crystal code, you'll also bag yourself double the number of crystals. And it's a fantastic way of supporting the channel. So let's jump on over to the Warhammer Community and have a look at all of these news posts over the past week. So if we just go back in time to the 16th of October, right here, there was only one article last weekend on the Saturday, which was a look at what you could pre-order. It's the new Warhammer Underworlds. This time it's called Harrowdeep, and you get the Cruel Boys and you get the Stormcast Eternals warbands. Also, you can pre-order the Warzone Octarius in a fancy edition. It doesn't look too different compared to the standard edition. You get the Crusade book, some nice Gene Stealer dice, the Sisters of Battle comic, some tufts of grass, and a little advert for Sergeant Castus, which you can still bag until the 28th, so you've got another 5 days, which unfortunately doesn't run up to the new to Warhammer Day, which is on the 30th, and you can't pre-order or purchase those Warhammer Day exclusive minis as part of this. It would have been fantastic if you could. That would have been about a third of the overall price threshold for you to hit to bag yourself a free Sergeant Castus. Anyway, the next day, on Sunday, we had the pre-order preview. And they always do this about 6 o'clock on the Sunday evening. And wow, there's a lot. There's nothing really for my taste, particularly. But they have decided to release a lot of Stormcast with this Lord Commander Bastion Carthalus. You've got the Knight Relictor. You've got the Vanquishers, you've got the Vigilors, the Praetors, the Annihilators, the Vindictors. I don't know why, but they put a little piece here to say that the dragons are due December. Maybe because they've had a lot of questions, or maybe because they were meant to be released, up for pre-order this weekend. But either way, they've snuck that in. Then you've got the Manskewer Bolt Boys and the Hobgrot Slitters. Middle Earth. We've got some things to pre-order for Middle Earth today. You've got the strategy game Fall of the Necromancer for the Hobbit and the Witch King of Angmar. Fantastic looking minis, those. And the Ruins of Dol Guldur. Dice look fantastic. Look at these dice, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Forge World, got 3 pre-orders from yesterday. The Verminator, Rust Gouger for Blood Bowl, and Wilhelm Chaney, like a werewolf. And then Adeptus Titanicus, we've got the Asterius. More on that one and later. You've got some pin badges from Koyo. I think they're the people that have done the with the plushies. And another comic, Marvel Warhammer 40,000 Calgar. This time they put it in a trade paperback 112 page book, and it collects all of the comics from issues 1 to 5. You've got a Space Marines Chibi Advent Calendar. You've got 24 figurines in all different chapters, I would have thought. I've never had a chibi, so I don't know what to expect with that. New from Black Library, got The Accursed, a collection of Warhammer horror stories. Interesting, because these horror stories are set in both Warhammer and 40k. I'm not sure we've ever had a book that encompasses, both universes in one. Maybe we have, but this is highlighted that it includes those. And you've got a couple of audiobooks. Warhammer Plus, this week on the Wednesday, we had How to Paint White Armour and Hammer and Bolter in the Garden of Ghosts. On the next day, on Monday, we had no less than 4 articles. How do you create a supplement worthy of the Dark Lord? The game's designer tells all. So a nice little article there with the game designer called Jay in this case. Some interesting photos. That looks cool, doesn't it? Look at that. They've added some lighting effects, I'm sure. Surely they have. A little article about Bastion Carthalos, or Carthalos. Look at that cape. Fantastic. Got to look at his rules as well. And that big hammer. I haven't done any Age of Sigmar reviews for quite some time. It's been mainly like Sisters of Battle or Orcs. Thunderhawks. An article showcasing 12 Thunderhawks from different chapters. Really looking forward to this. Nice little mini Thunderhawk. There's a Warcry preview for this new spider worship shaman. As this red harvest approaches, look at this creature. Look at how he's suspended. I think that'll be a little scenic base. And look, there's even a spider there. So I wonder if they'll have more kind of spider themed minis. That would be quite awesome. You got the Rumour Engine, which looks very chaos, very 40k. Article about the Orc armies and the Manskewer Bolt Boys. This was a fantastic article. 6 of the most deadly Traitor Titan Legions and Night Houses. So we've got a new book coming out, Traitor Legios, which I think will be released alongside the Warmaster Titan. Warmaster Titans are predominantly Traitor Legions anyway. Legio Mortis deploys the Zombie Titans. I do indeed. Some lovely artwork, isn't there? Of these. And a new one for the Siege Warmaster. You got schedules to snacks, plan the ultimate gaming weekend with top tips. 5 reasons why there's still room for the hope in the grim darkness of the far future. And that was from the 20th, that was on Wednesday. Kill Team, Tau and Imperials fighting over the Vedic system. So this is about the upcoming Kill Team Chalnath. Very sneaky Tau there. Has a hostage. That looks like something's happening. Maybe been sniped. Look, there's a line there. Probably from a Tau up there. Getting started with Black Library Crimson Fists. So which novels and ebooks and audiobooks to pick up. Warhammer Community investigates which is the best hammer in the Mortal Realms. So yeah, look, of course you've got the best newcomer of a hammer. You've got the Meteoric Grand Hammers, Blood Flail, I mean, technically that's a hammer because it's got like a hammer on the tip. Stoneheart World Hammer, yeah, that's a cool hammer. Harry the Hammer, and Gal Maraz. Article about the Witch King cometh, designing the Lord of the Nazgul, redesigning the Black Templars, how the team updated the chapter that refuses to change. A meta watch, Age of Sigmar armies upsetting the meta at the Warhammer Open. Meet the Grim Knight who burns the bones of his dead pals to nullify enemy prayers. And then Forge World, we've got the Asterius right here. It's got the twin conversion beam cannons, a Carachnus mortar battery, and twin Volkite culverins. I'm not sure they use the twin Volkite culverins, because I don't think they use the last cannons of the Porphyrion, but I think it'll just be maybe the battery and the beam cannons. And then a little article about, and then a little follow-on with the pre-orders from Forge World with the Skaven and the Werewolf. Take your warbands out of the Harrowdeep and onto the battlefields with these free War Scrolls. So they've released the War Scrolls already for the Stormcast and Cruel Boys that are in the Harrowdeep. There's a Father and Sons hobby project article. And then, only just yesterday, deck the halls with plush squigs and festive stockings this Christmas. So Koyo as well have also been busy, and they've accompanied Archibald, the little griffin, and the Nurgling with this squig plushie, or squishy, or squishy, or squiggly. I don't know what you want to call it, but it has some Christmas decorations, and it looks like that's Velcro, and maybe that is Velcro. I'm not 100% sure. You know, that could just be signifying tape, or it could be Velcro. I don't know. It might all be attached. Maybe this is attached as well, the antlers. It would be cool if they did him without the Christmas decorations, but there we are. You've also got these stockings. They look very comfy. You've got the Imperium and you've got the Chaos. You've got a specific Ultramarines one there. And then one here, which has the 4 Chaos Gods. So I'm wondering whether these are, Gilliman sized. And then you can reinforce your shelves with new Ultramarines action figures from Joy Toy. So they're doing more. They did the Incursors and Infiltrators. They're now doing the actual Intercessors, which I thought that they would. It's just very odd now that you're getting kind of 3 different companies making, Space Marine action figures. Yeah, but these will probably be quite pricey too. Proportions are good. Death Company ones. So you've got the Death Company Primaris. Yep. And then for some reason, I don't know why, this must be an error. That can't be. Of all the models that they could pick. Anyway, let's not leave on a bad note. Let's quietly stomp our way over to the Forge World web store right here, where we will find this lovely bright banner for the 2 new models for the 2 new models for that game. You've also got these tiles here, which haven't changed from last week, I don't think. If we go right, you've got a little advert for the Asterius, and then right again, we've got an advert for Sons of Horus Praetor. So if we click on New, and we go to Pre-orders, that's the one thing I wanted to say, actually. People that, I've said it in my Discord, but if anybody wants to send me like a big super chat here on YouTube during the Warhammer live streams that I produce every Wednesday and Saturday evening from 7 for the 3 hours, if it's going to be over £5, I'd really prefer if you just bought a virtual gift voucher from Forge World and then just email me the code. because that's much better way of supporting the channel, because there's always something that I would like to pick up from Forge World to do an unboxing and review of. Games Workshop, less so. And remember that with Super Chats, Google take back 30%. So yes, that means that if you were to Super Chat £10, Google would take £3 for nothing, you know. So whereas if you do a virtual gift voucher, I would be receiving the full amount, even if it's from like another country. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, I thought I'd mention that straight away because we're on Forge World. People have recently super chatted me quite large amounts, and it supports the channel more if it receives like the full amount of the contribution. Anyway, let's have a look at these Blood Bowls. So Creek the Verminator Rust Gouger, £28 here. That's going to be quite expensive for a Blood Bowl Mini, but actually I don't think that's that bad for £28. He is big and thick. There's a fair amount of him. 5 pieces, 32mm round base. I would have thought he's on a 40mm, but they've given him a 32mm. And that's what he looks like. Lots of detail there. I mean, if you've got a Skaven team, then that's for you. I'm yet to get into Blood Bowl. I don't have a single mini for Blood Bowl. Put it in the comments which team you recommend me to pick up and for me to review. You've got Wilhelm Chaney, or Wilhelm Chaney, £19. It's like a werewolf with the ball leaping. Got the knuckle duster as well, double knuckle dusters, I think, or spiked gloves, whatever you want to call them. 9 pieces for this one. So that's Cheney, and then you've got the Adeptus Titanicus Mechanicum Acastus Knight Asterius. Wow, £40. I think that's £10 too much. I really do. I knew it was going to be expensive because the other Adeptus Titanicus models from Forge World are expensive too. However, historically, these Forge World Adeptus Titanicus models are double the price of the single. So that's why you see the plastic Cerastus Knights from Games Workshop at £20 for 2, whereas on here the Atrapos is £40 for 2. The Porphyrion is £30 for 2. I was expecting this to be £30 for 1, and it wouldn't have been too bad. But £40, you know, for like a Space Marine sized resin mini, that's a lot. I mean, you can argue that it's got a lot of detail and it's very true to its much larger original counterpart. However, we're talking Contempt of Dreadnought prices here, guys. You know, if you also collect like Horus Heresy and 40k. But yes, it's £40. I'm not sure whether it's posable. I think the arms, you can move them a bit. You know, maybe the legs, the hips, definitely, but they put it in such a boring pose again. You know, not as bad as the full-size one. And to be fair to Forge World, out of all of the Adeptus Titanicus models that they could make in resin, you know, not including if they just moved the full-size ones over, like the Warlord in plastic in this is probably one of the hardest ones to make, because although it shares the lower half of the Porphyrion, the whole of the top part is completely different. Like the arms are different. You know, they've had to make brand new arms, brand new weapons, brand new head, and brand new carapace and top launcher and exhaust as well, and rear paneling. It is all different, all brand new compared to a Porphyrion. So yeah, and I do question whether you'd pick up 2 of these. You know, other than if you're going to collect them. I wonder if they were going to set the price at £60 and then for some reason thought, nah, £60 is way too much. No one's going to spend £60 on 2 of them. But having them at £40, I think is actually worse. Anyway, you could pre-order that from yesterday. I will pick one up, but not anytime soon. They're most likely not going anywhere for a few years. Let's all come back to the comment section in like 2 years' time when they've discontinued them, right? All right, well, we've come to the end of the Forge World pre-orders. We can now jump on over to the Games Workshop web store. It's about that time, and if we just refresh this, and then we can have a look what's going on. There we go. So we've got this new format, which is a joke. It's not good at all. It's really weird. I don't know how they've selected these, whether yours is different, guys. I don't know. Whether they're collecting your cookies and they're showing you models that you have looked at before or purchased similar of. I don't know. That would be interesting to find out if these recommendations are the same. You've got a selling fast tab. Let's just have a little look at that right now. Let's see what's going on with the selling fast. Okay. So apparently a Stomper's selling fast. Zone Mortalis Gang Stronghold. Yeah, I can believe that. That's a fantastic bit of scenery. Yeah, Templar set. I'd agree with that. Crusaders. Yeah, they're quite popular. Dreadnought. Yeah, I can understand the Blight Hauler. Anyway, so they've got that tab. Let's go back to the front page and have a look at this thumbnail. So the big advert here is not anything to do with Oryx, and you can't go left or right. It is just they're advertising Stormcast. So no, they're showing the Witch King there, but no love for the Oryx, which is bit disappointing. Maybe with this new format they can't do tabs that go left or right, but they can here. Anyway, pre-orders. There's 38 pre-orders. Wow. High to low. Some of them I think were last weekend though. So let's have a little look at these pre-orders. Right. So Harrowdeep was last weekend. The Chibi calendar. That just says add to cart. But it's £60 for a Space Marine Advent calendar. This is the closest we're going to get to a Space Marine Advent calendar. I probably suggest you spray these and paint them again. I mean, maybe you could have them as like squat Marines or something. Take them off that base and put them on normal bases and have them as like a multiverse Space Marine chapter. I don't know. But either way, you're going to be getting 24 Space Marines. So that's at least enough for 2 10-man squads and 4-man for £60. The Warzone books, they were up for pre-order last weekend. Gaunt's Ghost still out of stock, but they're still advertising it. The Runes of Dol Guldur, £40. And do we get a look at the plastic? Yep. That is a made in China plastic kit. Can tell because the plastic is darker, it's harder. There's going to be a lot of mould lines on that. But yeah, £40. What, for like 2 sprues? Could be 2. So it's just nice to see scenery though. Regardless, you can pre-order the Vigilors for £36.50. We're talking kind of Primaris prices here. The Vanquishers for £36.50, and then the Annihilators £31.50 for 3. I'm thinking these are a dual kit, so I think these are the separate kit, and these are a separate kit. However, these two, the Annihilators, you can go for the hammers and the shields, or the big grand hammers. But £31.50 for these. It says it right here. You can, it says they can alternatively be assembled as standard Annihilators. Then you've got the Hobgrot Slitters, £31.50, and then the Vindictors, £31.50. I think these are the ones from the Dominion set, and the same for the Slitters. You've got the Warzone Octarius was last weekend, but you've got the Fall of the Necromancer. Pre-order £30 for this Lord of the Rings. £30 for this Hobbit book. It does say 72 page, but it's hardback and it's a supplement. So there's going to be a lot of nice pictures and images in that, though, aren't they? The Lord of the Rings books, there's they've got a rich amount of content to draw from already. The Manskewer Bolt Boys, £29, and then the Praetors, £29 for Stormcast. The Lord Commander Bastion Carthalos, or Carthalos, £26.50. That is a pricey Stormcast, but there's a lot going on, and he does have a big scenic base. Does he have any options? He does. You can have the beard armor. Looks so cool. 2 sprue, and his hammer is in. Oh, he can dual wield the hammer, can't he? Yeah, look, so he can have the hammer across. Yeah, it irks me when they don't show the second pose, even though it's there. You know, you can see that he's holding it, he's dual wielding it, and you can see his head and helmet. Why don't they show like this image? Why don't they show? Because they've made it and they've painted him. Yeah, that irks me when they don't show the second option. Oh well, because you really have to dive down deep in the profile. Crusade Mission Pack was last weekend, and so were all of these warbands for Underworlds. The Knight Relictor is £21 though. Looks like it's only got one pose. Just one little sprue in a blister pack for that. Nice looking mini though. Further down, for some reason we've got the Steel Legion squad to pre-order, £20.50. You got a 2-week last chance buy period ending 8th of November, and the kit has a shipping delay of 35 days. So you can pre-order these Steel Legion, and they are actually Metal Steel Legion, so they are Steel Legion. Yeah, one odd turn. But yeah, you can pre-order those. Dice were last week. However, you've got the Witch King of Angmar. 2 models here, and they're plastic. It's quite rare that you get new plastic Lord of the Rings models. And there's an option for the Witch King. Look, you can have the sword or the hood, or you can have the flail. Well, it looks like a different sword. Yeah, look at that. That looks different to that. And then you've got on a steed, hooded as well. So wow, so 4 different options in this set. This is actually quite cool. Yeah, that's a decent set. That it looks like such a cool model too. If I had Lord of the Rings army, I'd jump at that. The dice set, unfortunately, only consists of 8 dice. £12.50 though, and they do look stunning. I would have liked to have seen like 16 dice, or but they are very nice. But they're over £1 per dice now. I wonder if that's where they make a lot of their money, in dice and books. I'd like to see the profit margins. You got the Citadel Colour Mordian Corpse Grass Tufts, £10, and the Velt Tufts, they were last week, and so were the pin badges. But you can pre-order the Accursed in paperback, all those horror stories. You've got 12 disturbing tales, and you've still got a number of horror novels there as well. And that's it for the pre-orders. I think you will agree it's a huge Age of Sigmar bonanza, to use the word. You've got some Lord of the Rings products there as well. So yeah, if you're into Age of Sigmar and Stormcast, now is your time. This weekend is your time to pick them up. There's some fantastic looking minis, and you've got some no less than 5 releases for Lord of the Rings, which is brilliant. What do you guys think of all of these pre-orders? What are you going to be pre-ordering? Any of the Lord of the Rings items, or are you going to try and pick up all of the Stormcast? I'll be interested to find out what you're going to be picking up. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. As always, it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.